welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I got a new deck in the mail today. I've been wanting this deck for quite a while. I just put it off, found something better, whatever, or found something that I wanted more, not better, but I decided yesterday to go ahead and pull the trigger, and that is the Fallout Tarot by Inside Editions. I just really thought this was cool. I've never played the game, and I did take the plastic off already on the outside, but I just thought it was cool. Written by Tori Schaefer, illustrated by Ronnie Centeno, and I just thought that was cool. And it says, like, there's kind of glossy right there. Explore your past, present, and future with this official tarot deck inspired by the unique world of Fallout 4, featuring original art of Vault Boy, Nick Valentine, John Hancock, and many more iconic figures from the world of Fallout by Inside Editions. And I've never... that's very tight on there. Wow. I just love the old school look of this. Look, it looks like it's really old, which I think is cool. From what I understand, I don't know nothing about Fallout, but my son has the game. And he said it is like a post-apocalyptic world, and which I'm all about. Here's a little ribbon, it looks like, for the book. I love that guidebook, though. It looks so worn, and that's cool. And then, of course, we got the miners. Let me see if there's a couple spreads in here. It looks like there is. The spreads, Fortune Finder. Oh my gosh. Wisdom of the Wasteland. Malma Murphy's Insight. About the author, about the illustrator. Boom. Now, this is my 10th Inside Editions deck. And I love this, oh, look at that. Look at that guy. I know nothing about this game. That's all I know, is it's post-apocalyptic, and it's the same exact cardstock as every other Inside Edition deck I have. The Villains Tarot, Supernatural Tarot, Alice in Wonderland, Horror Tarot, Stranger Things Tarot. Same exact cardstock. But I love that it's got this aged look, of course. That's cool. And then here we have the pool, and it's got the aged look on the front as well. I love it. It is a partial pip deck. Of course, all of their decks are, except the Garbage Pail Kids, which I have. And I tend to find that if I know nothing about the theme of the deck, like I know nothing about this game except that it's a post-apocalyptic game, I tend to be able to read it better than, let's say, the Disney Villains Tarot that I have, which I find a very hard reader. Which a lot of people love that deck, but I'm just like, yeah. But then we have the Stranger Things, which I've never seen. I couldn't get past the first episode. I've tried many times, at least 10 times. Could not get past that first episode. It was boring me. But I love the deck. Love it. It's a fabulous reader. It's it's like a truth serum. If I need it, like a truth serum, something from Spirit to tell me exactly what I need to hear with no buts, no fuss, no beating around the bush, that is a great deck to go to. And we'll see with this one. I don't know why I've wanted it since it came out, and I don't know why. It's just, I think the more I paused in getting it, the more I will question why I was pausing. And then yesterday, I'm just like, you know what? You still want the deck, get it. And it was 19 bucks on Amazon, so I decided to go ahead and get it. So without further ado, let's just go and walk through the deck here. So here we have the Fool, the Magician, and I've seen a walkthrough of this. It's been months. The High Priestess, the Empress, Emperor, the Hierophant, Lovers. Very interesting. Is that going to come into focus? There's a little, looks like army dude here. And then there's an army dude there. Maybe that's a toy one. But he's looking at you also. That's weird. A chariot. Interesting. And I like how it's got the, it looks like the old school 13 colonies again. Interesting. Strength. Hermit. Wheel of Fortune, she kind of freaks me out. She's got like just the whites of her eyes showing. Justice. The Hanged Man. Let's see what that's interesting. This is very death, which that's weird. And then we got a rib here. And I like how the frayed part, the part that's supposed to be frayed looking is different in each card. Except there's some differences. This does seem also very otherworldly. The Devil. And it's weird because I thought that that's what the Stranger Things would do. I'm getting the same vibes from this that I felt in, that just feels way thicker than the rest of the cards, but there's not two there because the tower's here. It just feels way more, when I got the Stranger Things, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this and I'm going to be able to like travel dimensionally, interdimensionally through this deck. And then I got the deck, started reading with it, the Star, and it was like, no, we're in the present. The Stranger Things to me is a deck all about being present in that moment, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to hear in that moment, in your reality, in the real world. So I found that very directly opposite what I was hoping to get out of it, but this one actually feels like what I was hoping to get out of Stranger Things. Quite interesting. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. Oh wow, see, it feels very otherworldly to me. Interesting. So then we have the King of Muskets. And the book always tells us, let's look at the book says, because they're always usually renamed. If you've got one Inside Edition deck, you know they're pretty much the same setup that way. The Suit of Muskets represents adventure, creativity, and inspiration, which would be with the element of fire. So this is the Wands. We have a Queen of Muskets. It's very, Knight of Muskets. Page. Very old school too, so it almost like you could travel interdimensionally, but at the same time through time. Ace of Muskets. Two of Muskets. 3, 4. I just figured out what deck I could pair this with, which would be another tarot deck. 5 of Muskets. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we have the King of Scents, which is the Suit of Scents represents finance and earthly materials and laborious pursuits. The members of its court, represented by the Institute, are Hardworking and reliable, it corresponds with the element of earth. So this would be the Pentacles. We have the Queen. Knight. And the Page. The Ace, that's cool. He's cool. 2, 3, 4. This suit almost gives you a Terminator vibe. 5. Oh my gosh. 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10. We have the King of Steel. Steel, I'm gonna guess is air. Suit of Steel represents conflict, power, and judgment. The members of the court represented the Brotherhood of Steel, and powerful and keen. It corresponds with the element of wind. So yeah, Suit of Swords, King of Steel, makes sense. Queen of Steel, Knight of Steel, Page of Steel. We have the Ace. This actually makes me want to play the game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I gotta say, of all of the Inside Edition decks I got, this is probably the most pippy, because a lot of them, there will be like half of the 10 cards that 1 through 10, or the Ace through 10, are pippy, and some of them are full scenes. This one seems to be all pip. The King of Lanterns, which would be Cups. Queen of Lanterns. Knight. And the Page. And then we have the Ace, which I think is cool. I love this old school, old vibe to it. 2. And they're different lanterns. 3. It's like a Molotov cocktail. 4. This seems like it would be very much a numerology type deck. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10 of Cups, or lanterns. So that is the Fallout Tarot. It is very much a pip deck. And it does shuffle great. What I find with the other decks that I absolutely adore, like the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, or the Stranger Things Tarot, is that they're not complete pips in the minors like this one is, which I feel like I need that breathing room in between cards, because they're hard hitters for me. They're give it to you straight decks. This one I may have a little bit of an issue with, but I think it's beautiful. And it may just be that I need to figure out a different way of reading with this deck, because it is way more pippy than any of the other Inside Edition decks I have. But let's pull a card and see what the book says for this deck. And it is the 10 of Lanterns. Wow. The 10 of Cups. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I've been pulling this card a lot in the last probably 3 months. So I found that quite interesting that that's the one that popped out. So the Ten of Lanterns, which is the Ten of Cups. And it's funny, when I do my walkthrough of these, I tend to just remember what suit it goes to. So I found that very interesting too. Because I have a lot of these decks and they're all renamed except for the Garbage Pail Kids Tarot is the exception. It's a full scenic deck and it keeps the original names of the suit. So none of the other ones I have do that. So here we have the Ten of Lanterns, and it's a very quick information, just like every other. This is just like every other Inside Edition book that comes with an Inside Edition deck. It says, upright. What good is a lantern without a home to light? You have found happiness within a community, family, or group of friends. Know that your joy shall always be multiplied with every soul that you share it with. Be sure to enjoy your happily ever after. And then the reverse says, there is no lantern to light your home. Those who once sheltered you have grown distant or hostile. This card may also indicate having unrealistic expectations of your relationships. Remember that your friends and family are only human or synth. So that's quite interesting. So that is my newest deck, guys, the Fallout Tarot. I decided to go ahead and get it. I really do like it. I do want to dive into it a little bit and use it, because I really do think it is that deck that I'm going to be able to use for doing like interdimensional spreads and stuff, which I'm still working on creating my own, because I don't see any out there. So yeah, that is my newest deck. It is the Fallout Tarot. It was on Amazon for 19 bucks. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good night. Bye.